Hi everyone, this is Anna from Koala Soap. Today I'm going to be making a Christmas swirl soap. I'm going to be fragrancing it with Energy because these soaps last a little while, and I don't know if people still want to smell Christmas scents in January or February if they're using them. And plus it's my mom's favorite, so we're going to be making it. I'm going to do a sample in a small mold. We know that this holds 3 cups. So this is a 4-cup Pyrex measuring cup that I'm going to put in the microwave. You can tell it's a little bit over full, but by the time it melts down, it'll probably be around 3 cups. The reason I'm going to be using clear melt and pour is because I've noticed that whenever I try to do a swirl, no matter how cold I wait for the pour, I always notice that the glycerin's always at the bottom, even if I pour the goat's milk first. To give you an example, this was a high top that I did, and you can notice that even though there's a little bit of glycerin here, it kind of goes right to the bottom, and I've noticed this on a lot of my soaps. So I thought, okay, if the weight of the glycerin is heavier than the goat's milk regardless, let's go ahead and just make it all glycerin. I'm going to make this white with titanium dioxide, then I'm going to split it into 2 more colors, which will be more Christmassy colors. And then we'll go ahead and pour and see how it works out. So let's go ahead and melt this down. Okay, so this is melted. It's at about 150 right now. This particular brand likes to form a skin about close to now. I've already mixed my titanium dioxide in alcohol, and I may need a little bit more, but I'm going to go ahead and pour it in. And remember, this needs to be crystal clear. I have a little mixing thing for this. I just haven't put it together yet. So we really need to make sure that this really dissolves in there. So I'm going to use the little frother. Make sure we get it all mixed in. Okay, so now that it's mixed, I'm going to go ahead and add about 2 mLs of Energy, and then we'll go ahead and remix it in. Make sure you really get the bottoms. And of course, you can always just use a regular mixer. I always mix this first in a little cup, so I need something smaller, so I'm just using this right now. Okay, let's see what we're at here. So we're at 135, so this is actually going to start to set fairly quickly. So now we're going to break it up as evenly as possible. I want a little bit more color than I do white. So I think that'll be okay. It's making a little bit of a mess. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put the alcohol in and then mix the micas. I'm using Stardust mica, and Brambleberry Aqua Pearl mica. So we'll go ahead and get those mixing. We may need to reheat these. We do want to pour them cold, don't get me wrong, it's just that I don't want them to get too cold on us. I need a little bit more alcohol in this. Remember, as soon as we pour, it's going to get cooler again. Okay, so we have our green. And we'll go ahead and mix that. I think that'll be good enough. And then we're going to do our Stardust mica. And I don't have the red. I want to get the red from Nurture Soap that everyone raves about. I just haven't made that order yet. We may or may not add more. We'll see how good we get this color. We'll mix it. Okay. Let's see where we're at with all of these temperatures here. This one, our white one is already starting to form a skin. 133, 139, 141. Okay, so they can be a little bit cooler. Okay, so we're gonna let these cool down for just a little bit and then we'll go ahead and start our pour. Okay, so these are in the 1 teens. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start to pour. I'm going to pour the green first. So you want, if you start to see a skin, that's excellent because that's what you want. And so we will go ahead, I'm gonna actually pour the colors first and then I'm gonna do the white. It's a good idea to take your frother, start with the lightest color first and remix because sometimes the titanium dioxide wants to settle on the bottom. One thing that I'd like to add is when you're measuring the heat on these, you want to pour the hottest one first because that's going to cool down the fastest. So my green it has a great skin on it and that's what you want. And I would give them a little extra stir just to make sure that the titanium dioxide is mixed in very well. And then we'll go ahead and pour. So we're going to go ahead and just pour the green. Okay, so we have that going. I'm gonna, so it can drip right there. And this one has a nice skin going on it too. Now I've done this with 2 colors. I've never done it with 3, so we'll kind of see what happens here. High up, really as high as you can. I'm wearing glasses for protection just in case something spatters up on me. Because these are still, you know, hot. So, and we're going to go back and forth. I go in the middle. I try to go on the sides, but I'm just not that coordinated. Now my white is probably the coldest of all. And I don't have the funnel, I don't have it in a funnel cup, unfortunately. So I'm going to do the best I can. Hopefully it doesn't drip down the sides. Whoops. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and let that sit. And I try not to stir it, touch it. I do need to use these books because as you can see it bows out just a little bit. So I have my son's books here. Try to straighten that out just a little bit. Squirt it down with some alcohol. And now we'll play the waiting game. And I've gone ahead and unmolded it because it's really takes a little while for me to unmold it from here. When you put this in the refrigerator to cool down faster, it tends to be a little bit harder to unmold, just so you guys are aware. So this is the top, and the sides and the bottom, and let's see how it looks. And I'm actually getting a real cutter sometime soon. Oh, there you go. Okay, so I think I still poured it a little hot because I see like a purplish in there, but you can definitely see that's actually pretty cool. I like that one. It's like a waterfall actually. And I actually did another one of just blue and white, so I will show you that one in a second. So you can see how you definitely see a difference. I tried to, on another one that I did, I tried to actually stir it with a chopstick, you know, and it actually makes the colors just mix. So it's more of a, I guess what they would call a drop swirl to make this work. So there you go. Smells really good. Okay, so you can definitely do it. It's going to take some practice, but I will show you how it looks. So this is with 3 colors. I would maybe next time I do this, just do it with 2 colors. So let me get that for you. Okay, so they're not really cleaned up yet. I was actually trying matte on the other side of it, but you can definitely see 2 colors. Okay, so what I would do is I would definitely just do 2 colors instead of 3, but now we know what happened. So it looks great, it smells awesome, and you can definitely tell the difference in the colors. Okay, so this is Anna from Koala Soap. Hope you have a great week.